Hey there, welcome to the Luz Lemire channel. It's me, Luz Lemire. We're gonna be doing the daily for today. The 5th. The 5th, Saturday, the 5th. Of January. Apparently there's an eclipse or something. Which in the weekend reading and that was pretty interesting. A lot of similar energies and then not so similar ones. So I don't know, it would be interesting. What is the guidance, please, for today, January 5th, 2018, please, for those that watch this video? May I please have a guidance message? Chemistry pops out. May I please have a guidance message, please, for today, January 5th, for those that watch this, please. Cards aren't coming out. I should film the video like facing me, but all you really see is my crotch. Luckily today I'm actually wearing pants. Sometimes I'm not. Sometimes I just be out here. I don't know, this feels... I be out here without pants, wearing a long shirt. Okay. So we finally get a message from the deck I'm using, the Romance Angels, and it's let your friends help you in reverse, but it feels a bit weird. It wants to be in the reverse, I can tell you that much. But it also, there's something about it in the upright. So let's let your friends help you. I'm going to ask the spirit animal to give us some guidance for today. That's funny. Give with gratitude and grace. Turkey spirit. Did you know what? Gobble, 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 gobble. You know what? I don't actually feel like using these decks right now. I'm feeling real lackluster. I'm pretty sure that's, you know, something to do with today, right? Give with grace, let your friends help you, XYZ, XYZ. I'm sure it'll come up, but I actually feel like using this deck today. The Enchanted Map. This is my OG deck. I keep singing Kiki, Do You Love Me in my head. It's really annoying. Alright. We have One Ring Circus and Compass in protection. That's interesting. Better? One Ring Circus reminds me of let your friends help you. One Ring Circus says, you are capable and competent. Independence is key now as you step into your journey today. Others may not have the vision or resources that you need. Recognize that all the wisdom you've acquired along the way makes you particularly competent, capable of moving forward with assurance. Self-reliance is important. Another aspect to consider is creating and maintaining clear boundaries between you and another. Be discerning about your partnerships at this time. When you know who you are, have a healthy sense of where you end and others begin, you're able to enter into the best kind of relationships and will attract people who mirror back your wholeness. Interdependent relationships are always mutually supportive, stimulating, and transformative. You can achieve anything at this time. This reminds me, yesterday's reading was it was about a pause before you went running into the crowd, right? I actually wasn't going to do a Saturday reading, but hearing about the eclipses and their message and the new moon being this weekend, I was like, wait, the moon is at 4% right now. And it seems to be pretty powerful. I was like, that's weird. There's no way, if this is the energy that's playing, that Friday's message being pause, because it's particularly a pause. It seems to me that yesterday's message was pause. Don't necessarily move forward, but I feel like for some people they could move forward in some way. It was a pause, not a stop. Here, though, it's a go, right? Because I was like, there's no way I couldn't just pause. I couldn't just leave it at the Saturday because I did the weekend loves. I figured that would be sufficient. But since these aren't really about love necessarily, for me, the dailies have turned up to be conversations and illuminations with my family members. They've turned out to be moments for other people in my life, and I'm like, oh wow, they need a friend, and so I'm their friend. You know, I'm there offering my cup of emotion to this person. So that's how the dailies have been turning out for me. And if you've been following them, I urge you to kind of suspend your judgment of what it could be and see how it plays out. So yeah, it's been really cool. On the Canary, if you go to the link in the description box, I've opened up a free portion of the community portion of the membership. It's free. And there, I'm gonna write a blog post about the sun because yeah, it really does illuminate those goblins, everything. It's like a HD camera. I mean, you know what? My brother and I we're fiddling around today with cameras, and his camera took some really crisp photos of your girl, and she was able to see all these blemishes that you don't see with the naked eye, nor do you see in cool, beautiful moonlight lighting. So it's just funny, and he and I also had on the day of the sun, he and I had this really kind of enlightening conversation. It wasn't entirely comfortable, but it was helpful, you know. So I say that to say, suspend your judgment when you listen to the dailies and see where it could play out for you in the tiny ways and the big ways, or even in someone else's life, because you may be that to someone else. So here, I do feel like there is some sort of movement. There is. It follows the I suppose, the message of the eclipse. I'm just wondering about this compass here. Are you moving again towards something that is not quite ready for you still? Let's see. Compass and protection. What is your higher power right now? Whatever you constantly focus on long enough becomes your higher power. If you worry about financial insecurity, materialism is your idol. If you obsess over a relationship, that is your God. If you're concerned about your weight or your looks or your status, you've lost your personal power and your way. Nothing but spirit can be your guiding force. You'll never truly find what you seek if these worries and distractions are your constant focus. Surrender and shift your compass. Be still and watch as the needle points to true north. Align yourself and you'll easily find your way back to where you're meant to be. With this One Ring Circus, I feel like while she's looking at the Let Your Friends Help You, I feel like, because there's something funny about that Let Your Friends Help You. It was weird. I feel like it's moving away from the crowd, but moving away from, for some of you, it really might be quite actual physical crowds. It might be you taking a step and doing something away from people, not really listening to people. People may be giving you advice that you may not take, thinking you know best. It could also really be the noises, the people in your head, those insecurities, like the compass. The compass just said, where is your higher power? What you're focusing on becomes your higher power. I say that because she's also looking back. She's looking back at what her friends are saying, looking back at what those upside down people were saying. The shame, maybe there's some guilt, some past mistakes that she's made. She's moving away from them, but she doesn't know she's moving away. So I feel like the movement that we are doing, that even the Knight of Swords was doing yesterday, is by the way, the Chariot was definitely, pulling the reins on that whole thing. So I feel like we're moving, but we're not moving in a way that we are necessarily steering with our hands, if that makes sense. Spirit is moving us because apparently our attentions may be elsewhere, or someone's attentions may be elsewhere. I am going to go deeper on this one. I'm personally curious to see what other factors are at play here. Here, let's do this. Balancing act. There's something so weird about something that we're doing or not doing. I feel like for some people they're headed towards a dragon's lair. I can't. What was it? It was the Six of Wands in reverse, the Two of Pentacles in reverse. There was something else there. I forget. Oh, you can't even see that. Balancing act. There are times when things seem a bit topsy-turvy and it feels as if you're juggling 1,000 balls in the air. Yeah. Perhaps you're unsure of your footing. Now is the moment to evaluate which areas of your life need balance and then restore equilibrium. Choose harmony over discord and great success will be yours. You'll find inner stability when you choose a balanced, focused, and level path. It's just that with this dragon's lair, I'm unsure. These are, I don't know, people say it. It's big energies, I think people say. Red flags shouldn't be ignored. Don't be seduced into learning a lesson that will hurt your heart. Temptation and intrigue abound, but be careful because you can't win this particular challenge. And we saw that. We saw that. We saw that yesterday. Heed this gentle warning about wanting and longing and the fantasy of belonging to something or someone or an identity that has no true substance or longevity. Ignore this alarm and you'll wander in circles near the edge of a dragon's lair. Choose another path, for your treasure lies elsewhere. And then I asked to clarify the dragon's lair, and listening came out. Listening in protection. I don't like listening in protection. I like listening in protection is about speaking up. It's about having your say. Are you feeling that you're not being heard? That perhaps your needs aren't valid? That your song will go unsung? Now is the time to bring your message to the world. Speak up. It's time for your voice to resound throughout your sphere. of influence. This is a moment to say what you mean and ask for what you want. Listening has another meaning as well. It also asks if you're refusing to listen to someone else, preferring what you want instead of what's being said. This is a time to get out of denial. Hmm. Hmm. It's almost like it reminds me of like serendipity in reverse. Something where you thought it was gonna work out, but it was never meant to work out. It was just enticing for you to learn it now so that you can succeed later. You know? Hmm. Hmm. Thinker in reverse. I asked, with all this here, what is the right path? Thinker in reverse comes out. Thinker in reverse is just. I rarely get that message, you know? It's a card that it's a message that I just really rarely get. It's not a very popular one. So I'm excited to re-meet it. You might be suffering from analysis paralysis. Thinking has its place, but trying to figure everything out logically is not working right now. Your conclusions will likely be faulty, and you may act upon false assumptions that will get you in a jam. Give your mind a rest and do something creative. Exercise or meditate. Soon you'll come to your senses, and an aha moment will bring you clarity. So I feel like that was for me, not for you. Okay. Whoops. Welcome to my life. Where sometimes they be like, loose, just sit down. I like that though, because that helps me sort of calm down on what this could be. It seems that it sounds so lame, but the guidance is to almost move by spirit. Don't force anything. If the way you're moving is moving towards something that is like a get rich quick scheme, or a get your lover now, tomorrow scheme, or what's another thing? Get weight loss fast now. That type of thing. That's something that's short-lived. Something that doesn't have much longevity to it. Something that you have to keep doing and you almost chain yourself to. That may not necessarily be the right path, and you may need to feel uncomfortable in whatever this is for you. The way I'm reading the message, I'm happy I read those messages out loud, because then you can kind of see where it may lie for you. But my take on this, and I implore you to share yours below, is to play the long game, to plan for the long game, and to be uncomfortable, or to at least be comfortable. I mean, this sucks, but to be uncomfortable, to make yourself comfortable with being uncomfortable. Because, I mean, if you remember yesterday's reading, we had a shit ton of majors, okay, on this side, and where the chariot is pulling things along. And for me, when I see that many majors, I zonk out. It's too much. It's just like, okay, it's like you're gonna be pulled where you need to go, essentially. Excuse me. So That's what I'm getting. If there's some sort of something quick thing that is going to help you get out of a jam now, think twice about it. Think twice about it. Try not to approach your issues from a lack mentality. Try to approach them from a longevity mentality. This goes for love. This goes for lifestyle. This goes for work. This goes for your money. This goes for your health. This goes for your hobbies or whatever side pieces, side hustles, and whatever it is that you have. That's all I can say, because this is taking me down a maze, and as you saw, real time, my cards were like, just stop. Do something different. Now that may have also been for you, right? If you're trying to rack your brains over what decision to make, you may need to take a step and give yourself a little bit of space and do something different completely to allow yourself to rest and then make a choice, if that's something that's coming for you today. Okay, that's what I have for you. I hope this helped in some way. I'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. I wish you everything. Keep your light on, and good luck.